Hello there, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men, women, children of all ages. This is your old friend, the Jack of all trades, Commodore. And today, we're going to be talking about Postwar Lionel today. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most formidable dual-motored polars Lionel produced in the post-war era. And you guys are probably wondering, what is that? And if you guys are big Lionel fanatics like I am, you guys are probably itching. Oh, I know. And if you guys are getting ready to say the Fairbanks Morse Trainmasters, you're right. And during the post-war era, only 4 models of the Trainmaster were produced. The 2321 Lackawanna, which was in 2 variations, one that had the maroon roof and one that was a gray roof. The maroon roof is more valuable. Then you had the 2331 Virginian Trainmaster, which came in one color, which is the yellow and blue. Then you had your 2341 Jersey Central, which was orange and blue, but there's 2 variations. You had a flat finish, or a matte finish, and then you had the highly sought after glossy finish. Now, that's the more valuable of the 2. Now, the matte finish one is still very collectible, but not as collectible as the glossy finish. And some people will take the matte finish one and shine it up to a high gloss finish to fool people that it is that version. And finally, the last Trainmaster was the 2322 Virginian Trainmaster, and like the earlier 2331, which was yellow and blue, the later Trainmaster was yellow and black. And it came out in the 1960s versus the 50s, like the 3 other variations. Now, you're probably thinking, do we have a Trainmaster we can actually hold and look at in the video? No, I do not have one, I'm sorry to say. They are expensive as fuck, so I don't know if I'll be able to get one anytime soon. I'd love to have one. And I figured I just took the time, since I have information in a book, we look in the book and we discuss what's in the book here. And the information I'm about ready to read about it is from the Greenberg Repair Manual of Lionel Trains. And this is only for the first 3 models. It says the Fairbanks Morse diesel locomotives number 2321, which is your Lackawanna, 2331, which is your Virginian, and your 2341, which is your Jersey Central. These locomotives are scale-length replicas of the 2,600 horsepower Trainmaster locomotives manufactured by Fairbanks Morse for both freight and passenger service. The first Lionel model of this series, built in 1954, was the 2321 locomotive and carried the Lackawanna markings. The number 2331 with Virginian markings was added in 1955, and the number 2341 Jersey Central followed in 1956. These engines all are magnet traction twin-motored locomotives with a drawbar pull in excess of 1 1/2 pounds, and so are able to pull as many as 24 average-sized freight cars. Now, I've seen video of these things pulling about 50, 60 cars. So this is lying. They can pull about 50, 60 cars. I've seen video of it, and it's epic as hell. Because of their length and their low undercarriage, which contains the horn battery, these locomotives interfere with the switch boxes of 027 switches, and for that reason cannot be operated on 027 layouts. Well, if you run modified switches, you probably could. These locomotives are equipped with accurate replicas of the Fairbanks Morse tri-mount 6-wheel trucks. Because of the length of these trucks, one pair of wheels on each truck is made without flanges in order to negotiate the sharp O-gauge track curves without binding. These locomotives are quite trouble-free, and the only difficulty experienced with the first year's production was with the burning out of the wire lead connecting the pickup rollers to the reversing unit. This was corrected in the 1955 production, but the replacement of this lead with a heavier wire should be the standard service procedure for all 1954 locomotives of this type. Rubber-covered standard wire used in multi-conductor cables is satisfactory for this purpose. As in all twin-motored locomotives, it is important for both motors to operate equally well. To check, raise the locomotive on blocks and apply voltage, raising it gradually until the wheels begin to turn. Both motors should start at the same point or very close together. The Fairbanks Morse Trainmasters are the first Lionel locomotives incorporating a magnetic coupler operated by a trigger disc on the coupler drawbar. The sensitivity of the trigger is controlled by the tension of the compression spring on the coupler pivot. If the coupler shows a tendency to uncouple by itself while going over switches or crossings, the tension should be increased by stretching the spring. If the coupler does not uncouple at 9 volts, the tension is too high and should be reduced by cutting off of a turn. And there you go, there's a wiring diagram for the Trainmaster. All right there laid out in black and white, which includes, your dual motors, your lamps on each end, your reversing unit, your whistle relay, your battery, your horn, and your pickup rollers. Now, this engine here, like I said, came in 4 different models. The 2321 Virginia, Lackawanna, 2331 Virginian, the 2341 Jersey Central, and the 2322 Virginian that was built later on. And here is the diagram, the exploded diagram of that particular locomotive once it's all torn apart and disassembled. And that's basically about it, all there is to the Virginian Trainmaster. There are a few issues other than the wires burning out in the first generations. The one thing that you should look for when you are buying a Virginian train or buying a Trainmaster of any type is you want to look at the ends of the shell. The shell, or the body, the shell, the engine, is held onto the frame by 2 screws, one on each end. And if these screws are tightened too much, it'll crack the ends of the body. So what you should do before even thinking about purchase one is look at the ends of the shell around the screw hole to see if it's been broke or been repaired or anything. And that's kind of one of the things, that's one of the major things to look for when you buy one. That, and just to make sure the damn thing works. And also making sure you're not buying something that was faked. Because the most common Trainmasters, when you find them, is either the gray-roofed Lackawannas or either the Virginians. The blue and yellow ones, depending on the way they were painted. Now, if it was the earlier ones that were all completely painted, both colors were painted on, those are sought after. But if it's the yellow plastic bodied with the blue painted on, that's more of a common version. Now, the one that's the most sought after is the blue and orange Jersey Central. If you find it with the gloss finish, be willing to shit out piles of money for that. And the other version, the matte finish one, just be willing to shit out a pile of money for it too. But if you have the money to buy a Trainmaster, you will have a locomotive that has so much pulling power, it'll pull 50-60 cars on a flat level track. You will have yourself a beast in your collection and on your layout. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion about the Postwar FM Trainmasters. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will get to you. And if you're new to my channel and you're liking what I'm doing, turn on your notifications and hit your subscribe button. So when I do upload a new video, you guys can be there to see it and also become part of the Commodore's crew. And until next time, this is Commodore Urban saying, let the track be clear ahead for you and full steam ahead. And God bless you, and you take care. Until next time, good day to you, and just have fun. I'll see you later.